Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Mani Fakrutayin. I would like to present my paper with the title The Function of Global English in Indonesia. The introduction. The use of English in Indonesia has developed in the context of post-colonial educational competency, building, and more recently in the need to support development, in particular its role in the state education. The current status of English as international or global language is underpinned by its wide use in a range of fields such as politics, diplomacy, international trade, industry, commerce, science and technology, education, and media. Language policy in Indonesia has contend with a highly multicultural and multilingual society. English, its status, and its role or function in the functioning of the nation and in education in particular has to be seen against the backdrop of where it takes a place in the third of the main categories. Bahasa Indonesia, the regional vernaculars and foreign language. Indonesia, the use of Indonesia is economic and business, international relation, the media, education, communication, international travel, and safety. Okay, my problem statement, there are two. The first is what roles or functions is English expected to play in Indonesia today? The second, which norm of English should be taken as a basis for use in Indonesia? Okay. The discussion, the role in general English and particular should play in Indonesian national language policy has been framed since early on using the metaphor of English as a tool, which is to be made use of Indonesia to bring in selectivity, specific information, knowledge and technology that would accelerate the development. Its role as an expression of general cultural and intellectual identity is kept out of the picture. English also represents a threat. Some educators in Indonesia have long worried that the widespread knowledge of Indonesia of English would have a negative impact on Indonesia culture, values, and behavior. And the second, non-developing varieties such as Malaysian, Singapore English may have practical or utilitarian value, but do not show sign yet of the prestige for them to be adopted as a model for Indonesia. This leaves Indonesian policymakers with something of a dilemma because there is likely to be some resistance to adopting a local non-developing variety such as Singapore English, but problem remain with the basic teaching solely on the inner circle varieties such as British or American English. One practical problem is that if there's a model, then it would make sense of have enough native teacher to do the teaching. It has been suggested that eventually Indonesia may develop its own standardizing variety of English. However, it is probably not realistic at the present claim to the existence of an Indonesian variety of English in the same way that the countries of the outer circle like Nigeria, India, or Singapore. The need for English as a language of international communication exists in complementary distribution to that of Indonesian as a language national unity. In Indonesia, the success of the national language, which has developed from the modest beginning to be able to meet the communication needs of a modern society, has been achieved at the price of the people not having working ability in English. And then the conclusion. Currently, English is seen as needed for development. It is needed for instrumental reason as a tool which provides access to international marketers, scientific knowledge and expertise, English has the status of first foreign language, but nothing more as a policymaker. But the increased use of English might have an adverse effect on Indonesia. It would be a mistake on a grand scale to sideline English or stand it grow as the argument that its increased use in society might detract from the development of the national language. One way to do this would be to give English a new upgrade status. Okay, that's all my presentation. You may drop the question below. Thanks for the attention. Assalamualaikum.